Hello again, whiskey friends. Kelsey back here in the Whiskey Riff Lounge. Today we are doing Russell's Reserve 15. It has hit here. I'm super excited about it. So let's get right into the review. All right. Welcome back, whiskey friends. I have been waiting for this to release here for a while. Super excited. We're talking about Russell's Reserve 15. So beautiful bottle. Again, this is at 117.2. Yeah, 17.2. So this just dropped today. And I'm super excited. I also poured out batch 2 of Russell's 13 to compare it to. If you're new to the channel, we do a scoring system that's kind of a spreadsheet of all kinds, from the front of the palate, mid palate, finish, overall complexity, all those type of things. Well, this one scored really, really high for me. It scored an 87 out of 100, which is super high. But we're going to go into each one of these things: the nose, the palate, the finish, and then we're going to compare it to batch 2 of Russell's Reserve 13. I had just a little bit left that I've been saving for a while just to do a review against these against each other. So cheers. I'm so excited. I got to slow down. Let's smell this thing. Holy moly guacamole. Cheers out to my buddy, the Bourbon Ranch. Let's see if there we go. Trev. Man, it's just rich. It reminds me a lot of batch 2, that rich fruit, stewed fruit notes up front. And I love the barrel influence on this. It's sweet, but it's really dense on the nose and strong. Oh, cherries, like dark cherry, dark cherry. A little bit of blackberry. Man, this thing is wow. All right, so let's go against on the nose. Let's see what this one smells like. Again, this is batch 2 of Russell's 13. So this one's been sitting for a while. I put it in a smaller bottle to try to keep air out of it. I'm trying to compare them on the nose here. So similar on the nose, batch 2. Batch 2 is a little bit more vanilla forward rather than stewed fruits that this one is. A little bit more brown sugar sweetness on this one too, on the batch of the 15-year. All right, definitely 15-year has it on the nose for me. They're very similar in profile. I would say that if I remember what it was at Fresh Crack, this one had a little bit more fruit notes to it, but this one has had a bunch of air to it, but it's also stayed true to its original form with just a little bit more vanilla forwardness to it, as has been sitting in the bottle. All right, I'm ready to taste this thing. Cheers, everybody. Wow. Okay. So sweet up front, but a flavor punch in the mid palate. And then all that rye spice comes in and spreads out across your tongue. Wowzer. Oh, man. Great finish on this. A lot more oak influence than I remembered on batch 2, but we'll get to that in just a second and see how this one pairs up to it. Let's get a second sip and let's see how consistent it stays. Stays pretty consistent, a little bit more subdued on second sip than it was initially, but man, that mid palate into the finish was where all that rye spice comes in, and then the sweet oak hits right behind it. Still going. It starts in the middle and then spreads out. It's crazy, the experience. It's very almost shoot, what's the word I'm looking for? Has bubbles on your tongue. I can't think of the word that I'm trying to think. Effervescent. There we go. With the rye spice and the way that the experience, because it's still going finish wise. Man, that's a hell of a finish right there. Mid palate and finish is where that one shines. Let's check on batch 2. Like I said, this one's batch 2, Russell's 13. Yeah, this one's a little bit thinner on the nose, not quite as dense and rich. But like I said, this one's been sitting in the bottle for a while. But I remember it at first crack. It was pretty close to that at first crack. That one's really good too. Crap. I will say that it comes across a little bit thinner compared to the 15, but a similar, more subdued profile, mid palate and finish compared to the 15, but it's still there. That flavor punch is still there after all this time. Finish is still there, still going strong. The sucky part about this is when Campari took over Wild Turkey. So just to kind of give, if people are new to the bourbon world or new to Russell's and what it used to cost when it first came out, I got this batch 2 for $69 retail. This 15 year was $278. I mean, a huge difference. I think that the ranking would have been way higher, even on our scorecard for the 15 year, if the price was at a different price point. Am I mad at it? I think that's where this market is. If you have the ability and budget to do it, I say go for it. I would much rather it be like 185 to 225. I know that some people are getting these at retail at like 225, 250. With tax here, it was like 278. So it's right around the same price before tax as some of the other people. So these are going on secondary for around 550 to 550. So they're not coming out at like 800, 900. But I am seeing secondary market go down on a lot of different bottles as well. So yeah, that batch 2 is getting sweeter as well on the nose. Wow. So score 87. I don't remember if I scored batch 2 or not. I don't think that I did. But it would be pretty much in line with that. I mean, maybe 82, 83. Simply because of just a few things that I feel like is a little bit different, but I also think that it could be right up there with it on an 87 based on the price differences and how much of the value versus what you're getting. Yeah, man, batch 2 is killer. It does drink a lot thinner, I will say that, than the 15 year. But my God, that 15 year nose. Jeez Louise. Okay. I know I'm a turkey head and I'm kind of biased, but if you guys can get this for as close to retail as you can, it's a buy for me because I don't know if they're going to do 15 year release again or not. Also, you know, if it doesn't fit your budget, I understand. Try it before you buy it. Try if a friend has it, try it, get a sample of it, taste it. That's on these high dollar bottles. That's always my advice is if, you know, you can grab a sample or if you trust somebody who has tasted it to get and know their palate, to give you an honest review about it, from their standpoint. For me, this is a buy. I wish I'd been able to get 2 at that price just to keep one for back up in the bunker, but you know, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll luck out and get another one, but we'll see. I'm blessed to have the one that I have. Batch 2 versus 15, it's pretty close. Like I said, the batch 2 comes across a little bit thinner. Obviously, not as not as much oak on the finish due to the 3 extra years in the barrel. But look at the cost difference too. You know, $70 plus tax versus $250 plus tax, which is our $260. So is it a buy for me? Yes. Is it something that I would recommend to you if you can find? Absolutely. Depending on what you're willing to spend for it. It's all about supply and demand. Plus, we don't know if they're going to do it again. I don't even know if they're going to do a Russell's 13 after this. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But I'm so excited to be able to get to review this with you guys. 15 is incredible. 13 batch 2 is great. I will be giving away a sample of this on a future stream. So make sure you guys are on those streams for Super Chats, as well as some picks coming up. So make sure you guys are involved in our Patreon. We do have free tier, and then it goes up from there. But we will have some really great picks coming up. We're doing 3 backbone picks and then some others coming up the later in the year and into next year. So exciting times here on the channel. Thank you guys for all your support. We'll see you here next time right here on the Whiskey Riff Lounge.
Jeff, just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you say hello again. Oh, Jeffrey, you should just be friends with me. But you have these whiskey friends, and you